Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And welcome back, guys. My name is Trayvon. Um, this is my podcast where I talk about anything I feel like talking about and whatever comes to mind. So, self improvement and fitness is what we try to focus on here, guys. Self improvement and fitness. If you have not, guys, like, subscribe, and comment on this video if you find anything interesting you feel like commenting about. There should be a little subscribe button down here. It should say YouTube. Just click it, hit it, click on my name, Trayvon Colby. You're subscribed. Hit the bell, turn on the post notifications, and stay tuned in, guys. So, to catch you guys up on my channel, a video ago, I posted about self-improvement and the negatives about it, specifically only the negatives. I want you guys to, before I go any further, I want you guys to know that I specifically targeted the negative sides of self-improvement. Not because I think self-improvement is bad, it's because I think self-improvement doesn't get looked at holistically, especially on YouTube. And a lot of my feed is self-improvement videos, and I noticed that we only talk about the positives of self-improvement, that not often people highlight the negative sides of self-improvement. And so that video was not the end-all be-all. That was not my final opinion on self-improvement, guys. So before you say, but Trayvon, last video you said that self-improvement was so bad. That's not what I said. I was just specifically highlighting the negatives of self-improvement to then come back to the positives of self-improvement. I was breadcrumbing you guys. I know I'm a bad person, right? And I'm kind of glad I woke up this morning kind of like, people had some negative comments about that last video I made, but also I had to stop myself and realize that people are interacting with the video, which means they watched enough of the video to draw a conclusion about what I said. That's good. I'm getting interactions. B, I want people to draw their own opinions about my topics because I am not the end-all be-all for all these topics. Or any of them, actually. I just give my opinion on things I've seen. Or, at the very least, relay the information that I've seen even without an opinion. Right? I think it's also important to take in consideration that as YouTubers, we are making an art. Our art is done with our voice, and some people with pictures and animations and editing. Me specifically, I don't animate, I don't edit, I just talk. Right? This is my art form. With art, you have to learn how to separate the person from the product that is made, right? And that sounds a little bit confusing. It sounds like it doesn't make sense because if I make something, how is that not me? You have to understand that oftentimes when we as creators make things, it's not because that's what we are. It's because that's what we have seen and that's what we are trying to portray. Right? Let's take example. Mona Lisa. Or even the painting of George Washington on his horse, right? Two famous paintings. Neither of those were done by Mona Lisa was not painted by Mona Lisa, and George Washington painting was not painted by George Washington. Rather, it was an artist portraying an image of an event or a person. And as a YouTuber, I like to think that this is my art, so that everything that I say is not exactly how I feel about a situation. And I was watching a Matt Healy video the other day, and he was talking about this as well, in which I think it's very convenient that the topic I talked about last time leads me to the video I watched like a day before I made that video, is that on social media, people find it very difficult to separate an art from a person. I just used a literal art example, but it's hard to find an example. Maybe music, right? No, Matt Healy, guys. For you guys who don't know, Matt Healy is the lead singer of the band, the 1975, one of my favorite bands. He was talking about in a video he did the other day is like in some of his concerts recently, he has been doing things that maybe the general public would not agree on in certain political stances. But he was also saying, as an entertainer, it's important that I reflect both sides. That maybe it's not about my own opinion, but there's a larger picture here, is what I gathered from what he said. And I try to take that concept on my YouTube channel that there is a larger picture here. It's not just a one sided argument, right? I think that's important with any art form is that we consider the fact that there's a larger picture and that oftentimes within a short 15-minute video that I make or a 5-minute song that someone makes or a 2-hour concert is that you don't get rewarded for being in the middle. You have to pick a side, and sometimes that goes with picking a side like I did. Start with the bad side and then make a video about that. Start with the good, then later go to the good side about it. Because if I make a video about in the middle about I like this about self-improvement, I don't like that, you guys aren't going to watch it. You're like, well, what's your opinion? So sometimes as artists, as people who create, you have to split your opinion and give it that way because that's the only way people receive it. People like very unbalanced ideas. People like very one-sided opinions. They need a definite yes or no. With that being said, guys, that's pretty much my spiel about my last video and all my videos going forward. And even for you guys as content consumers, that try to separate the person from the art they make because you don't have ample time to make things. You have to make it and be happy you made it. What else do I want to say, guys? That's all for that. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Video incoming.